I'm gonna come right out of the gate with my obviously controversial opinion that you will all hate. No company should be able to patent game mechanics. While, yes, a company may see it as protecting its own IP, it fundamentally threatens creativity. It also stifles innovation, and the threat of a patent lawsuit can disincentivize other developers from attempting to improve upon an established game mechanic. If we want better games, we need developers to continually strive to outdo each other, rather than adhering to rigid development processes where they must constantly fear that their game idea may lead to a legal battle. The reason I'm bringing this up is due to a recent patent that Nintendo has filed with the US Patent and Trademark Office. This patent covers the incredibly common gameplay mechanic of summoning a character and letting it fight another. And yes, you heard that correctly, that is just how general the patent is. Nintendo filed for this back in March 2023, which would have been after the reveal of, but before the release of, Pocket Pair's wildly popular Pal World, a title Nintendo has not been shy about pursuing in the past. They're likely afraid that Pal World's attempt to iterate on the Pokemon formula may impact future sales of Pokemon, which, if you did not know, is the most profitable media franchise in the history of man. More than Spider-Man, more than Superman, more than Star Wars, more than anything. And Nintendo definitely wants to keep that gravy train rolling. Now, this is not the first time that a game mechanic has been patented. Warner Brothers rather infamously patented its Nemesis system mechanic from Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, a truly incredible game mechanic that allows an enemy to grow stronger after they have defeated you in combat. This mechanic allowed players to craft wonderful narratives, ensured that each playthrough of the game was unique and exciting, and placed Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War among some of the greatest games of all time. The Nemesis system was intended to appear in a Wonder Woman game, but that game was cancelled, as is often the case with many projects WB develops these days. With the Nemesis system patent not expiring until 2036, other developers are disincentivized from making another system like it, lest they feel the wrath of WB's lawyers. This move has been widely criticized and has stifled creativity in the gaming industry, preventing other developers from drawing inspiration from such an incredible mechanic and improving on it. Remember,
it's my IP to sit on and do nothing with.
What's concerning about Nintendo's recent patent filing is just how wide a net this casts with the mechanic. Off the top of my head, I can think of Final Fantasy summons, the World of Warcraft Hunter and Warlock classes, Divinity Original Sin 2's Summoner class, Octopath Traveler's Monster Tamers, Diablo, Elder Scrolls Path of Exile, the upcoming Digimon story Time Stranger, and the list goes on. I'm sure you could name more in the comments. I won't bury you with legal jargon, but simplified, if a game allows you to move a character around, but also enables you to send out a different character to fight an enemy, that alone is grounds for Nintendo to bring a patent lawsuit against you. Whether they would win is an entirely different story that I'm sure you could argue for or against, but it's a bad starting point regardless. The problem with both this and the Nemesis system patent is the precedent they set. If Nintendo can easily obtain patents for game mechanics, why wouldn't other developers do the same? If we're pushing out all these patents, could developers go out and axe entire game mechanics out of fear of legal action? I mean, something like this affects indie developers more than any other, as they don't have the vast resources and legal representation companies like Nintendo, Sony, or Tencent would. What's to stop a single developer from patenting a ton of mechanics, and then just suing the pants off their competitors, or, more likely, collecting astronomical amounts of royalties from anyone who threatens their profits in the gaming space? Royalties that would probably mean increased prices across the board for you, the consumer. And is it really better for gaming as a whole if we're in a position where companies are constantly suing each other, threatening delays, or even leading to the cancellation of promising projects? All of game dev is iterative after all. Any claim that any developer makes saying that they are some sort of special golden child that completely came up with a special mechanic all on their own and didn't iterate off of something or get inspired by anything that is already established is delusional, insane, or both.
Look, Pim, I know it's our job to help this guy and everything, but I think this guy's a lost cause. He's obviously made up his mind.
As gaming becomes increasingly popular, incidents like this are unfortunately inevitable, as these ruthless companies prioritize profits and shareholder value above all else. They'll do whatever they can to eat their most significant slice of the pie, even if it takes down potentially game-defining game mechanics with it. Creativity is not on their radar. The Wild West of game development has long since passed, but I hope that things like this are stifled before gaming becomes homogenized across the industry. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think these companies should be allowed to patent game mechanics? And what video games do you believe have had revolutionary gameplay that could or have changed the medium forever? I want to hear both. Games that had to drop mechanics that could have been revolutionary for one reason or another, or games that had revolutionary mechanics that would have made other games greater if they were allowed to be iterated on, much like Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War. Now, what has changed me forever is the support of my YouTube subscribers, members, and patrons. Got you, fuckers. Your support means the world to me, and I want to express my gratitude to you all, as I truly appreciate your kindness. If you'd like to support me, you can check some of the links in the description as well, and find links to my Discord and my newly launched TikTok, which has a bunch of bite-sized videos for you to enjoy, the same kind of stuff that's also on YouTube Shorts. This is Kawaii 50. I hope you all have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you all in the next one.